23 de maio de 2025, sexta-feira, tô aqui no estúdio me preparando para ir para o aeroporto rumo a Salt Lake City, no estado de Utah, nos Estados Unidos, para o International Trumpet Guild, o maior festival de trompetes do mundo. Lá estarão grandes artistas como Sergei Nakarakov, Caleb Hudson, Tom Rutten, Will Letters, Sean Jones e diversos outros, além das grandes marcas do mercado mostrando seus novos lançamentos, como os trompetes da Vincent Ball, os trompetes da Yamaha, toda a linha da Shilk e diversas outras marcas de bocais, surdinas e outras coisas. Então, bora lá! Já tô na sala VIP aqui do aeroporto de Guarulhos, esperando o voo para Houston, vai ser o primeiro voo, são quase 10 horas de voo até lá. E depois tem um tempo de espera, um layover aí, logo em seguida a gente vai para Salt Lake City, mais 3 horas de voo. Vamos embora pro International Trumpet Guild. Serão 10 horas de voo até Houston. Chegando em Houston às 5 da manhã, tive que esperar 1 hora para passar na imigração. As 4 horas de conexão se tornaram 6 horas por um problema no avião. Muito atrasado. Embarcado, só mais 2 horas e 40 até Salt Lake City. O aeroporto de Salt Lake City é muito bonito e moderno. Depois de 24 horas de viagem, finalmente cheguei a Salt Lake City, aqui no estado de Utah. Lugar muito bonito aqui no aeroporto. Vim uns dias antes do evento para poder aproveitar um pouco, conhecer a cidade, comprar algumas coisas para a família. E aqui, ó. Cheguei. Logo na saída do aeroporto já dá para ver os picos nevados nas montanhas. Mais uma parada para pegar o carro alugado. E como estava morrendo de fome, parei para comer um hambúrguer com pastrame bem famoso na cidade. O hotel da conferência é um ícone na cidade, muito bonito e charmoso. Logo no check-in, soube que tinha ganhado um upgrade, ficaria hospedado num quarto bem melhor. Reservei os primeiros dias para conhecer a cidade, e a primeira parada foi no Templo Mormon. Logo depois fui conhecer o Capitólio, que fica em uma colina e você consegue ver a cidade toda. Uma das atrações da cidade é o The Great Salt Lake, o Lago de Sal. Mais estrada rumo ao outlet para comprar algumas roupas para mim e para a família. E depois uma parada em Park City, uma cidade resort no meio das montanhas, bem famosa pelas pistas de esqui. Primeiro dia aqui, chegando no ITG International Trumpet Guild, na belíssima Universidade de Utah. Olha que lugar bonito. E o evento vai ser aqui, ó, na Escola de Música da Universidade de Utah.
Does it show you a map? See a map of the vehicle?
Começando o segundo dia aqui no hotel, esperando o ônibus para ir para a universidade, porque nos últimos 10 anos o ITG foi feito num hotel 5 estrelas, e então todas as atividades aconteciam no hotel, e agora voltou para esse ambiente escolar, né? Está sendo diferente, principalmente porque a universidade é maravilhosa, né? Esses campos de universidades americanas são muito bonitos, muito funcionais, tem muita estrutura. E aqui a gente está esperando o pessoal da Yamaha, da Quadro Trumpets, todo mundo aqui. Segundo dia do ITG, estou aqui com o boss, o Terry Warburton. Ele tem umas histórias muito interessantes aí sobre o ITG. Hey Terry, this is...
Bom dia.
Bom dia. When was your first ITG?
1982.
And how was that?
That was in, wherever the heck, see, that's how long ago it was, I can't remember. It was in Colorado or something? Yeah, somewhere up there.
And you have a really fun story about that.
That's right. I was in a classroom, and it was my first one, so nobody knew who I was. And I wrote on the back blackboard behind me, Warburton Mouthpieces, soon to be famous. Well, maybe not soon, but it worked out anyways.
And what are you expecting of this week?
I expect to be very tired, spend too much time at the bar with him, and go home happy and get back to work. That's what I expect. And Salt Lake City is a beautiful city. I'm glad they chose this one. It's very, very nice.
Okay, so I'm glad to see you again.
Me too. I miss going down to Brazil to visit with you.
Very soon, very soon.
We'll be back. I'll be back down there to see all my friends.
Estou aqui com o grande Mike Williams, que foi lead trumpet da Big Band da Country Bass durante 31 anos. Mike, it's a pleasure to see you again. And what equipment do you play now?
This horn is about a year old. It's my own model that Kim Obachon designed and Terry and Kim built. And so it's the Warburton 3311 MW, yellow brass, no lacquer, no finish, 5-inch bell. I like to have a 5-inch bell, so it's a little bit bigger, more directional than a smaller bell, which would be really great, of course, for studio. I love this horn.
Thank you so much, Mike. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again,
to see you.
Bruno.
aqui com o grande Trent Austin, já teve no Brasil no Jazz Trumpet Festival. E so Trent, it's so good to see you again.
Perfect. It's great to see you.
Yeah. So my first question is, how do you balance your high class playing with the business part?
You don't sleep. You know, so someone asked Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Because Arnold, it was known, like in the height of Arnold Schwarzenegger, all of his Mr. Olympia titles, right? That he didn't sleep. He slept like 4 hours a day. So they said, Arnold, you know, you're so productive. You do so much, right? How do you do it? He's like, well, I don't sleep a lot. And they're like, well, huh? He goes, just sleep faster. So no, I mean, it's a challenge to balance. But lately I've been pulling further away from business and more towards the instrument and playing. And yeah, I sleep 4 or 5 hours a day, and then you have more time. Practicing now at least 3-4 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long do you work at the shop? All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I take breaks during the shop and I play. I'll wake up early and I'll play before I get to the shop. So at least when I get to work, I've already done at least an hour or an hour and a half on my daily routine.
Tô aqui no ITG com o famoso Peter Pickett. Peter, it's a pleasure to meet you again. And what has been this week for you?
Oh, this week is great. ITG is always full of seeing old friends, making new friends, hearing amazing trumpet players that, you know, we get to hear them all the time sometimes, but to see them in person is a whole nother experience. So it's the full exposure. It's always fun.
And how long have you been in the business?
Gosh, so we've been coming to ITG since I think 2007 or 2008, going all over the country. We started in 2003, but the incorporation with ITG in 2007 and 8 has really been a game changer. Again, because all the trumpet players and amateurs and professionals always come here. And it's great to make new friends and come year after year. It's been fabulous.
And when you started your business with the trumpet mouthpiece, what you had in mind? What you wanted to
That's
achieve?
a great question, because there obviously are a bunch of trumpet mouthpiece makers, aren't there? And there are lots of choices. And again, one of the benefits of coming to ITG is that you can see all of them. But when we started, we were working with Vince DiMartino, and he was local with us, and he is much like Doc Severinsen and Alan Bazzuti and these guys that always want to learn. And so we spent a couple years with him developing prototypes that he liked. So had good response, that were comfortable. He had range and endurance and all the things that we want as trumpet players. And so it's just a one-on-one. And Vince is special because he doesn't want something so particular that the rest of us can't play it.
Yeah.
So we make mouthpieces for like Roger Ingram and Alan Bazzuti, and these mouthpieces are very extreme. And they work really well for them, but they're hard for the rest of us to play. Whereas what Vince plays is very middle of the road. It's very comfortable, and it's been a great basis for all of our mouthpieces.
And Pickett Brass is now dominating the market. Yeah. And you have now the Blackburn trumpets and the lead pipes. So speak a little bit about that.
Yes, Cliff Blackburn is well known worldwide. He started in the early '80s as a repair tech, played in the Louisville Orchestra. Probably one of the best trumpet players at the time, but very studious. And he worked alongside William Cardwell in order to develop the Blackburn bells and lead pipes. And that ended up being with the first Blackburn trumpet in the 80s, and then we took over in 2016. So after almost 40 years of development and practice and playing and working with some of the world's best players, these trumpets are just spectacular. They have a unique sound, but they blend, they perform, they project. And now we make them completely in-house. So pistons, bells, valve blocks, all the tubing, all the parts. is made there in Kentucky, and so we have a great control over the designs and the ability to make new designs, and so that's been very fun.
And speaking about the lead pipe, why someone should look for that?
Good. So on your factory trumpet, say a Bach 37, it plays great. And this is exactly what Cliff was playing in the orchestra, Bach 239, 229 C trumpets. And everybody knows that C trumpets are just a little bit slippery. And so he was frustrated with that, and he's a perfectionist. And so he would make a lead pipe, put it on his Bach trumpet, and see if he could improve it. And the lead pipe is nice is because it's inexpensive, it's easy to put on, and it can make a huge difference. And it's less expensive than buying a whole new trumpet. And so he experimented with those, making it more open, making it a little bit more tight. And so now those Blackburn lead pipes can cover a whole wide range of playing situations.
Tô aqui com meu amigo Morris Northcutt, solista internacional. Hey Morris, it's a pleasure to meet you again.
Good to see you
It's
again.
been a while.
Yes.
Yeah, we just see each other like once a year.
Yeah.
So we are here at IPG, and what do you think about this week?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I mean, just as you would expect, so many people you haven't seen for a while, but then lots of great fun products. Schulke mouthpieces. I'm a Schulke artist, so there's lots of fun things to do there at that booth.
Eu tô aqui com mais uma das lendas dos vocais, Greg Black. Greg, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
And what are you expecting this week here at
Oh, it's
IPG?
great to be here in Salt Lake City at the International Trumpet Guild Convention and meeting Bruno and all the great people that are here this week and hearing some fabulous playing and be able to, meet new people and have people try our products. And
Terceiro e penúltimo dia de festival aqui no APG. Ontem foi um dia muito legal, testei muitos equipamentos, conheci muitas coisas diferentes. Vi um recital do Trent Austin, tocou um recital bem jazz, foi muito legal. E depois o Tom Hulten, primeiro trompete da Filarmônica de Los Angeles, fez um dos concertos mais impressionantes que eu já vi até hoje. O recital dele foi muito legal. Aí à noite jantei com o Will Leathers, primeiro trompete de Nashville, e junto com o Morris Northcutt, grande solista internacional. E logo em seguida a gente foi no bar do hotel, ficou lá conversando com o Terry Warburton, Mike Facts, Sergei Nakarakov também estava por lá, Tom Hulten. Então foi um dia produtivo. E agora chegamos para o terceiro dia e amanhã acaba. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer hoje.
But you can't use it. Yeah, it wasn't like
Último dia aqui no ITG, finalizando o evento. Ontem foi um dia bem especial. Conversei com bastante gente aí, grandes artistas como Tom Holten, explicou para mim aí como funciona o equipamento que ele desenvolveu. Conversei com o lendário John Stork, John Snell, que está à frente da Bob Reeves. Falei com muita gente ontem. E à noite a gente teve o concerto do Sergei Nakarakov, que foi impressionante. Ele tocou um recital só de flugelho e piano, com o novo flugelho dele da ressonância. Foi muito legal. E agora, vamos lá. Vamos ver o que está acontecendo nesse último dia. Tô aqui com o Mike Del Quadro, tá fazendo os trompetes Del Quadro Trumpets. Mike, it's a pleasure to meet you again.
Thank you. Yeah.
And how long have you been in the business?
I started in this business 23 years ago.
Okay.
I've been doing restoration and repair for my entire career. And I started building trumpets about 15 years ago.
And when did you start making trumpets? Trumpets?
I started building trumpets around 15 years ago. Okay. I would say I started building good trumpets maybe 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah, you are making good trumpets. And can you tell a little bit more about the models that you have, what you have in mind when you design them?
I try to do models kind of for every player. I really do my best to not pigeonhole the different models that I build. You know, people think about what's good for lead and what's good for solo, what's good for orchestral. And I try to just say that trumpets are good for trumpet playing.
you.